What is going on, everyone? My name is Brent Schirmer. I run the See You Dude YouTube channel. I'm here to talk to you guys about what you need if you're a beginner fisherman and you want to get into saltwater fishing. So this is going to be a quick little checklist of the necessary things you need to make sure you have on you before you go out and start fishing. So one of the most important things before you go out and buy anything is make sure you have a tackle box or a tackle bag like this Evolution Salt right here. This will help you keep everything organized and just make your life so much easier. So in here, one of the most important things you need to pick up are a pair of pliers, like these Danko pliers right here. Super simple, not too expensive, got good line cutters on them, will help you rig up, take the hooks out of any fish. Highly recommend you pick up a good set of pliers like these ones right here. Next thing I highly recommend is a little bait knife, just something cheap that if you need to cut up some baits or anything like that. This is an offshore angler, just picked it up from Bass Pro Shops online. Super cheap, super easy to use. Make sure you have a bait knife. Next thing you're gonna need is some leader. So I'd highly recommend Seagar leader. And if you're just looking for one size leader, they make a vast variety of sizes of leaders, different diameters for different situations. But if you're just starting out, I'd highly recommend 25-pound Seagar leader. That's good for pretty much any sort of redfish, trout, a lot of different snook situations that you're gonna run into. Highly recommend 25-pound leader if you're just looking for one good overall size. I have a variety of different sizes of hooks for different situations, but if you're looking, like I'm talking about, if you're looking for just like one good overall size hook, you cannot beat either a 2.0 or a 1.0 size owner circle hook. That'll get you through any sort of live bait or cut bait situation. Honestly, my favorite hooks that I find myself throwing the vast majority of the time. Next thing you want to make sure you have are some weights, either some egg weights. I got these little 1/4 ounce egg weights, but highly recommend you also pick up some split shots. Split shots are just so easy to use. You can pop them on and off if you need to change sizes or anything, especially if you're using bobbers and you want to make sure your weight or your bait stays in like the strike zone where you want it to be. So you can pick up some of these little slip bobbers right here, but the vast majority of the time and majority of situations, I'm throwing a popping cork because it also gives you that little extra sound to really kind of bring in the fish to you. So if you don't know what a popping cork is, you tie it onto your line and it's got this little cup on top with some beads and you pop it with your rod and it imitates the sound of a fish feeding and will get the fish fired up. So the vast majority of the time, if I need a bobber, I'm throwing on a popping cork. So I highly recommend you guys pick some of those up as well. But if you're going out and buying some live bait or you need to keep it alive, you got to pick up a bait bucket right here. This one has a nice little aerator on it. So hook it up, put some batteries in it, and it will keep your bait alive for hours. If you're just starting out, pick up a bait bucket, go to the bait shop, pick up some shrimp, some pinfish or anything like that, and you'll be good to go. If you're trying to throw some lures, I really break down my lure selection into like 4 main categories for inshore fishing. You got your topwater hard baits, your suspending hard baits, your paddle tails, and your shrimp imitation lures. So here, I just have some different top waters, like this is an offshore angler. I forgot the exact name of it, but I'll have all the gear listed down in the description if you want to check it out. Very solid top water, very cheap too for you to pick up. Catch a lot of different trout, redfish, snook on this. A good suspending hard bait would be like this mirror lure right here. Can't go wrong. These things are time tested. You can catch any sort of species of fish on a mirror lure, and this will just kind of go back and forth erratically under the surface of the water. For your swim baits and your shrimp imitation lures, a lot of times you're going to make sure you have to pick up some jig heads. And my go-to jig head is this Trout Eye jig head by Z-Man right here. And my go-to size, because the vast majority of the time I'm fishing anywhere, usually less than like 4 feet of water, is this 1/8 ounce jig head right here. You could have anything from a 1/4 ounce down to like an 1/8 ounce, but I find myself throwing an 1/8 ounce the majority of the time. And then the soft plastics, you got these Z-Man Easy Shrimp Z's right here. Great shrimp imitation lure. This will be a little bit slower presentation where you're just kind of popping it out of the grass or around some docks or anything. Looks just like a shrimp, gets the fish going, and the material that Z-Man uses is very strong and won't rip on you as easily as some of the other brands. And then a good all-around paddle tail that works for any sort of species are these Z-Man Minnow Z's right here. A little bit cleaner water, you want more of a natural presentation, so I love this little darker back white bottom on it, or an all white presentation works really well as well. Clear water, natural kind of looking bait. Darker water, you want to make sure you have a darker bait or something with some like kind of vibrant colors on it. And then if you're just starting out and you need to pick up a rod and reel combo, I wouldn't go anything too expensive. You can get some crazy setups for like $500-600. But this one right here, this is a Penn Pursuit 4000 size. It's a combo that you can pick up on Bass Pro Shop's website on a Penn Pursuit rod. I think this was like right around $100, if not less than that. But this will get the job done for any sort of species you're really trying to get. Like I keep talking about, the redfish, snook, trout. That's where you're going to be catching the vast majority of the time here in the state of Florida if you're inshore fishing. For a 4000 size combo like this, I'd highly recommend you pick up some 15-pound braided line, and Power Pro is my go-to when it comes to that. Load this thing down with some 15-pound Power Pro braid. Use the kind of terminal tackle or lures I was talking about. Pick up a tackle box, pick up an aerator, and you're gonna be good to go for any sort of inshore fishing you're gonna find. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something here today, and I'll see you guys next time.